It is Monday, and hello and welcome to the Rochelle Emerson Show. And I am Rochelle Emerson, your host for today and for every day. How about it doing on this Monday? The kids are out of school here all week long because of Thanksgiving. And I hope everybody's ready. I've been working on a little list here in between show prep and remembering little tidbits I've got to go pick up. Which just some simple things like some fresh vegetables and stuff like that. So it's not like I got to cook for an army, but it doesn't matter when even if you got to just make a medium-sized turkey and all the sides, it takes time to cook. Even if you're just cooking regular every day for 3 or 4 people, I mean, it's a process. But anyway, there's a lot more things involved, especially if you're making deviled eggs and sweet potatoes with the brown sugar. All this is a process. You guys know this, and I'm not an expert cook, but I just make the basic stuff. So I hope everybody is ready because, boy, we all know everybody's a minute man, and I'm kind of being a minute on it. But like I said, I wanted some fresh vegetables, but I just hope there's still stuff left. Which I am going to go this afternoon. I'm going to finish up here, get some of this stuff done, and then I am going to go and do that. And it's a beautiful day here. The sun is shining. It's clear. I haven't really checked the weather if there's going to be something yucky coming down the pike. But here on your screen, let's get to this story. Instead of me babbling on. Again, I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving and give your family members a good hug and tell them you love them. Bethany MaGee has been identified as the victim, and the what is that? The Blue Line ST thing in Chicago. I forget the complete name of the line. It'll probably tell us in the article here we're going to read. But they have released this. This article came out yesterday. And that's her. She looks very sweet. And oh my God. The details in the story, if y'all watched my video the other day, and I'm sure maybe a lot of you have already heard about this story, he poured that on her head. Then she got up and ran, and he chased her and set her on fire. It's bad. It's bad. God willing, I don't know how quickly. I know she ran out. There'll be some footage up in here in your left-hand corner where she did go out. They found her there. There were some people in the area, and I think they also helped put her out that she was rolling, but damn, she may be disfigured. Lord willing, she'll I don't even know what to say, guys. It's bad. Now this is just so bad. We can just pray for her and her family. Bethany MaGee, 26, is identified as Chicago victim set on fire on the CTA train by serial thug with 72 arrests. And what drives me nuts is they're calling him a serial thug when I think the guy is, which I don't even think, I know. Just from how he is, how he's been in the courtroom, his lengthy record, which I think they're going to touch upon some of it in this article, but he sounds like he should have been in a loony bin. And that's another thing to think about too. Is not only do we have Looney Tunes on the streets that need to be locked up, that they're a danger to all of us. So how many of these instances do we have to have until we wake up and go, my God, why are we just letting Looney Tune people walk amongst us? Thank you to the LCLU, ACLU, who says these people have rights. You don't have to make them take their medicine. Nope. Nope. So, another question I have for you is this slap on the wrist for crime. Now, apparently, this has been going on since back in the 90s. This guy's criminal record has started way back then and just excelled over the years. But we all know in the past few, especially during the Biden administration, that a lot of these cities, mostly blue, across the country, were just doing no cash bail, slap on the wrist. Oh, come back. Please come back for your next court meeting and we'll talk. Right. So we had the slacks on crime and cutting back on police force, not letting police do their job, not letting them arrest. They were doing the same thing with the illegals. But is this what the people really wanted? Or is this just what these government officials wanted in these city government officials wanted in these cities across America? Think about that for a minute. Digest that. Like, they come up with all of these ideas. Who ever thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? I guess I need to send out like a viral message to all my family and friends. Like, hey, I am recording. I'll call you back when I get a chance. I know, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. So, here we go. And this is her, y'all. We looked at that. That's just so sad. It is so sad. The 26-year-old woman who cops said was set on fire by a lunatic with a lengthy rap sheet on a Chicago L train earlier this month has been identified as Bethany MaGee. What do you think's going to happen in like New York, where Mendumi wants to make it free for everybody to ride the bus or the subway? I guess it's a bus. I don't know if it's the subway's included in that with his socialist plan. But good God, you got people getting attacked on subways and on buses, which I have another quick story we're going to show with another bus attack that just happened recently. And this is why I bring it up. Because, wow, it's not just buses, it's these subways, it's anything, these transit. Because I guess they need to put security on each car. It's unbelievable. It is devastating that a career criminal with 72 prior arrests is now accused of attacking a 26-year-old Bethany MaGee on Chicago's L train and setting her on fire, U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said on social media Sunday. Yeah, it's pretty devastating, but again, bringing up, let's see if I can get this to move. We need loony bins back. And also what I was talking about before, I was rudely interrupted with a phone call. Was it the normal folk? Would we normal folk want this? People are loony. They've been arrested several times. But judges just keep sending them back out on the street because what? The city officials do not want to pay to incarcerate these people, either in a jail or in a loony hospital. And I guarantee you most of these judges were appointed by libtards. Yeah, I said it. They probably were. Who in their right mind wants to just release these people onto the street? Oh, we're gonna get some more stuff in this article, which is like, what? This would never have happened if this thug had been behind bars. I don't know why they keep calling him a thug. Yet Chicago lets repeated offenders roam the streets, Duffy said of a suspect Lawrence Reed, 50, who is facing federal terrorism charges in connection with the senseless fire attack. Because, guys, as we continue to read, it is clear that Lawrence Reed here is a Looney Tune. And I'm not saying that to be flippant or degrading to him. No, he's loony. Something is wrong with him. And they've known it. He's probably been this way his whole entire life. Chicago's carelessness is putting the American people at risk. No one should ever have to fear for their life on a subway, said Duffy, lambasting the Windy City's soft on crime policies that let a dangerous convicted felon roam free. Not just that. Again, I'm going to keep emphasizing that they've known for years, this guy, and probably his family too, that he needed to be locked up and the key thrown away because he's a loony. He's Looney Tunes. He is Looney Tunes. And I'm sorry, I don't want to bash on Looney Tunes because I love Looney Tunes, but y'all know what I mean. He's cray-cray. Reed approached MaGee, who was sitting with her back to the crazed firebug on the train in downtown Chicago around 9 p.m. November 17th, according to the criminal complaint. Bear with me, and oh my God. Then he removed the cat from a bottle of liquid, pouring it all over her head and body. MaGee fled, but Reed caught up with her and set the bottle, which fell to the floor, on fire. But he allegedly retrieved it and used it to set her ablaze. And here is this guy. I guess you could judge a book by its cover in this picture because, good Lord, he looks like a goofball. Like he is cray-cray. She was engulfed in flames, but somehow managed to exit the train before collapsing on the platform, where Good Samaritans stepped in to help her, and she was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, according to the complaint. Oh my God. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Oh, here's a picture down at the bottom of her. That's her and her family. It's an updated Facebook photo. My God. This is tragic. Hell, I think they should sue the damn city. Again, why would the people of Chicago or any city in the United States want lax criminal laws, want Looney Tune people walking around on the streets? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Reed was spotted on surveillance footage at a Chicago gas station purchasing the gasoline, which he put into a plastic beverage bottle roughly 20 minutes before the attack. Sometimes, though, I mean, if y'all ever put gasoline in it'll melt certain containers. Like, you can't just hold it in certain containers. It will start deteriorating the bottle. He was arrested the next day and hit with federal terrorism charges, which could make him eligible for the death penalty if convicted. I don't know, guys, if he should be put to death. I'm just going to say this because I think he's mental. Something's wrong with him. He needs to be locked up for the rest of his life in a padded room. Right? I don't know. Some people, I mean, yeah, she's going to be disfigured. That's if she survives this. I mean, she still could die from her injuries. But the guy is clearly unstable. I mean, he might be a schizophrenic or something. I don't know. I think we're going to hear more and more and more about this, and I am interested on his, and we're going to hear more, but this is why I'm putting this in the mindset that he is cray-cray. Reed has 22 prior arrests since 2016 alone and 53 criminal cases in Cook County dating back to 1993. The 9 of them felonies for which he pled guilty, officials said. However, he's only served time twice, spending just 2.5 years behind bars in total, according to Chicago. I guess that's Chicago, CWB Chicago. So since 93, I'm telling you, this guy is probably, he's had issues his whole entire life. I'm sure, hopefully we'll hear something from his family, right? According to court records reviewed by the outlet, Reed was released with an electronic ankle monitor in August after, listen to this, after knocking a social worker out cold at a psychiatric hospital where he had been committed. So finally, somebody had him committed. He left her with likely optic nerve damage and a concussion, causing her to experience memory issues, headaches, and daily nausea. A detention petition viewed by the outlet read in part. Prosecutors asked that Reed, check this out, come on, pen, work for me. Prosecutors asked that Reed remain locked up, but a judge overruled them, leaving him free for much of the week. I think this judge should be kicked off the bench. Yeah. At a hearing Friday, prosecutors asked the court to keep him in custody, arguing that he presents a clear danger and persistent threat of terror to the community, ABC News reported. Surprised ABC News reported anything. The state court system has been unable to contain defendants' violent crimes, and federal intervention is now needed. U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Andrew Bratros, wrote in a government's detention motion. Lawrence Reed had no business being on the streets given his violent criminal history and his pending criminal cases. ATF Special Agent in Charge Christopher Aaron said at a press conference following Friday's hearing. This is insane that this judge, I hope they make that judge's name public too. Who is this judge what? Did he not see dude's criminal history? We'll just put an ankle monitor on him. Let him go about his business. Wow. Look at him carrying a thing of fire. He went after her. Reed had plenty of second chances by the criminal system. And as a result, you have an innocent victim in the hospital fighting for her life. It's not that he had second chance. He should have never had second chances because he is crazy. Something is mentally wrong with him. He remains behind bars at Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center, according to court documents. Reed's deranged behavior was on full display at his initial court appearance Wednesday, during which he caused frequent disruptions by singing, babbling, and instructing the court not to speak to him, Burroughs' wife. Burroughs wrote. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. He's crazy. I guess you could say, is it his fault that the system failed him too, just as they failed this young woman? Because he should have been put in a loony bin and given medication to calm him. Nope, but these judges, these lax laws, because they don't want to spend the money. Somebody's spending that money. I know good and well they've probably been getting federal dollars to house criminals, and I don't even know. I need to do a research on loony bins in America today. I mean, how many people do we have in them? What, these people have to go and commit a murder, do something heinous, kill one of their family members before they get locked up? I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. He's crazy. We need to lock him up. We have allowed the left, the ACLU, and all these libtards, libtard judges, libtard mayors, libtard governors do this shit. They've been doing it for years, and this is the result of having people who we can't lock up in the loony bin. Reed's deranged behavior was, okay, we just read that. He was on full display, singing and babbling and instructing this court not to speak to him. He also attempted to interrupt the proceedings by repeatedly shouting, "I plead guilty," as the judge tried to read him his rights, and repeatedly yelled over the judge that he was a Chinese citizen and wanted to represent himself according to local reports. Now, I had read this, I proofread this article, so it was short. I didn't know if I wanted to cover this or not, so I did read through this article, and I was like, my God. This guy, and another reason why I could be so confident in saying this, because I had a family member who was cray-cray. And the police told another family member they can't do nothing. And this was like 30 years ago. Maybe it was longer. They can't do nothing unless he does something. Yeah. So this has been happening for a long time. Because when they are locked up, guess what? They are made to take their medicine. But when they just get let out, no, ACLU says, no, these people have rights. And who's going to force them to take their medicine if they're schizophrenic and psychotic? They hear voices. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. All right? What do? Damn it. You need to lock these people up because they're a danger to themselves, and most importantly, they're a danger to others. I am pretty passionate about this because I've had to experience it in my own life. Thank God no one was killed, but there was somebody attacked by another one. Yes, had 2 family members who have mental issues. One of them attacked somebody else. And they ended up going to jail for a little while. But guess what? Then they realized, oh, yeah, he's crazy. They put him in another facility. They still kept him incarcerated, but in a mental facility that's monitored and, policed or whatever you want to call it. They have security. And so he could be on his medicine. So he had to do that for a while. Yeah, he had to do that for a while. The CTA attack has drawn grim parallels to the August brutal, caught-on-camera knife murder of 23-year-old, let me see if I can get her name right, guys, Irene Zawinski, who was killed while minding her own business on a Blue Line train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Zawinski was, I'm sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, was savagely butchered, alleged by Darkos Brown Jr., 34, a diagnosed schizophrenic who was free on cashless bail after a magistrate released him on a written promise to show up for court, despite a nearly 20-year history of violence and mental illness. It was the same with the Lawrence. He has mental illness, and they just kept letting him out. And you know what's crazy, guys, is that this has happened all over the country. Not just isolated to Chicago, or to New York, or to North Carolina. This happens everywhere. This is happening everywhere. Mostly in the libtard blue states, by the way. I don't know. I thought we could get a pulse of what people feel about this. Now, this man charged with terrorism after a woman set on fire on CTA Blue Line train. I mean, this was posted by WGN News 4 days ago. But just giving you an update on they've released her name and stuff and a picture of her and her family. But just a pulse of what are people thinking like I'm thinking? Are they thinking like you guys are thinking? And sometimes you can get that feel from looking at these comments. 71 prior arrests tells me what's wrong with everything. Again, what's wrong with everything is we need to hold these judges accountable. We need to start holding them accountable somehow or another. That's what we got to do. I think they need to be impeached and they need to be removed and they need to be investigated. They need to be investigated because why the hell? What information did they have in front of them, each one of these judges, or each one of them going to play stupid? That they didn't. A prosecutor says, yeah, he's a danger. And they're like, nah, we'll just put an ankle monitor on him and hopefully he'll come back. When prosecuting attorneys refuse to prosecute, they need to be fired. No, it's not the prosecution. We just read in the other article, the prosecutor wanted him to stay in jail. The judge released him with an ankle monitor. It's time for real punishment for this guy and everyone involved in his prior releases. I think they are immune to a certain point, but I don't know. Again, this is happening everywhere. I think the systematic leftards want us to implode, y'all. They want us to, society to break down. Why the hell would they do this? Letting in millions upon millions of illegals. Oh, let's defund the police. And oh, by the way, let's not incarcerate these loony people. We can just let them walk around. Oh, I know. Let the streets flood with drugs. So now we got drug addicts on top of loony people. Oh, let's do no cash bail. What the fuck? Now there's just plumb chaos. Oh, I know. Let's bust people in to disrupt any kind of proceeding. Antifa. Oh, some black guy got shot by a cop because he was robbing and stealing and assaulted somebody. But yeah, oh no, let's go in and make a big stink about it. And turn everything upside down. That's exactly what they've been doing. It's mind-boggling to me the scale of destruction the left has been causing to all these cities across America. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. To figure it out. It's time for real punishment for this guy. We just read that one. Don't trust his kind. I don't know what that means. Let's see. They need to go to jail. They are basically aiding and abetting. The judges in these cases must face tribunal. Vote conservative. Blame the voters who put the district attorneys and judges in office. It's not the attorneys. At least as far as I know. And one of the cases where Lawrence, I guess that's his name, Reed, it's saying that the judge let him out, guys. I mean, it was saying that, yeah, the prosecution had requested him not to be released. But whatever his defense attorney got up and said, well, okay, yeah, we're going to put an ankle monitor on him. But apparently, guys, you can't, at this point right now, in that particular case, now look, he's had like 72 convictions, or not convictions, charges since 93. And maybe before, we don't know what he was doing when he was a teenager. So he's had this long list of, and I only know about this one, the week prior in August, where the prosecution clearly said, no, we don't think he should be let out, and the judge released him. So I think the judge needs to be investigated, or he needs to be impeached. If it's been if he's been this way for other cases, like, wow, do we need to set some laws for judges at this point? Oh, this guy's done the X, Y, and Z, but oh, we're going to let him out on bail. And hope he goes and takes his medication. Wow. What's wrong, bro, is the I guess this person's saying Democrat, what is he saying? Democrat judge that let him off the streets. I guess that's spelled Democrat. Oh, maybe he meant to do that. Democrat. I like it. I like it. I like it. Convicted 13 times, arrested 71 times. Let's see what the replies are. He's out and about. Dang, what the F? Why are these monsters out? Who the heck is allowing this liberals? Us. Yes. That's what I said a minute ago. Because George Soros paid for judges and prosecutors that would release these criminals into the streets. They are a part of an organized attack on America, and by God, they will pay the price. Oh, I do. I like that comment. Yeah, I agree. Does this need to come over so y'all can see that? Somebody says, laugh my ass off. I've always have to laugh at some people in the country and feel like they offer the most value to the conversation when they have trouble seeing what's up versus down. People like Mr. and Mrs. Another have trouble with this. In the past, there was a lot of people who were murdered, could easily get 5 or 10 years if they... Oh my God. What? Look, this guy wrote a book? What is happening? Well, I scammed through it. This guy's an idiot. He's basically trying to say that I guess we're all stupid. Oh, and he keeps bringing up other countries. Other countries do this. I don't give a shit what other countries do. And then he says that people don't do their research and they don't know the full story about stuff. So they're just jumping to conclusions. Well, it sounds like he's like all for... Okay, so he does bring up in this art... Well, this guy wrote a dad blame book. Well, in some places, somebody only gets like 14 years for killing somebody and the other one gets life. Yeah, there are circumstances around things. I guess a guy killing his wife because he catches her in bed with some guy when he got home and he went into a rage. Excuse me. So it wasn't premeditated. It was the heat of the moment and passion. Yeah, he probably should serve 15, 20 years for that. I don't just dispute that. But we have seen murders these people get 20 years. What's the guy, the police officer that shot that woman in the face? And she was special, right? She was special. He shoots her in the face, kills her. Guess what? He got second-degree murder for that. I was like, what? Yeah. The jury heard all the evidence, saw the video. The jury saw the video. Which I saw the video and went, there was no reason for him to shoot her. He gets second-degree murder. He could probably get out in 8 to 10 years. Unless the judge makes him serve every single bit of that time. But, guys, the jury did not know how much time he would get for second degree. Probably there was provisions. I don't know what was all in the jury instructions for them for this particular trial. If it was other circumstances involved, like, because if they go, well, if he's going to get... They had their choices between first degree and second degree. A lot of jurors don't know. Maybe they thought he didn't premeditate, that he just showed up and then he. But guys, I know y'all have seen this video, and it's like, what the hell? I don't even know what's going on with this jury. But anyway, so maybe they figure, well, the instructions for first degree, was it proven that he premeditate? Did he plan it? There's all this stuff that's involved in first degree. The second degree is there's all kinds of circumstances around a second degree. So obviously they came up with second degree, but good God, to me it was cut and dry that this was first degree. Because no, he didn't plan to kill her, but he shot her for no damn reason. The guy's like 6 foot something. I mean, it was just retarded. It was retarded. And this person here is retarded. What is his name? Look at this. Imato. Maybe I'll put this link in the description and y'all can go read this dumbass shit. Somebody might even like it. Well, whatever. Some countries, they do it different. Almost no way. There's a problem in the United States. We are going through an epidemic. And the epidemic of people who have the least knowledge but are the most confident in their opinion is not a recipe for success. But call me crazy. So he goes on and attacks people who are doing podcasts and things like this and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Whatever, my guy. Why do you think he's on the streets after 71 arrests and 13 convictions? Where is your proof Soros was behind that and this incident was just sickening? Well, I think he's talking about these other people up top and this guy that wrote a dabbling book. Like, who the hell writes a damn book on a freaking comment section? My God. He's a Soros plant. You don't need evidence that Soros is behind this. This has been going on for decades. That Soros funds Antifa. Oh, I can't wait till they finish doing investigations. And it's like been no big secret. All of those people that have been protesting the ICE things, have y'all not seen how prepared they are? How funded they are, all of this stuff. They are completely funded. Let's see here.
An elderly woman left battered and bruised after she was viciously beaten by...
Look at this. So this woman, this elderly woman, she's white. I'm assuming she's white because some of the people in the comments were saying that this should have been a hate crime.
Another writer, and it was all caught on camera. Local 10's Rochlow is live.
I guess I just jumped right into this. It's like video shows how a woman injured fellow bus passenger in Broward, where Broward County Sheriff's Office deputies released a video showing how a woman injured a fellow passenger. Let's see the rest. I don't know where Broward County is. Does anybody else know? Good night. WPLG Local 10 News. Good Lord, they've got 1 million subscribers, y'all.
Lauderdale Lakes now with the latest on the search for that attacker. Rush.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Have you ever been on a bus, you're sitting down, and the person standing up in front of you, because it's bumpy, kind of bumps into you? Well, the sheriff's office says this is how this began in Broward County, and they also say it ended with a bus bashing. Okay, let's take you on a Broward County transit bus. A 70-year-old woman is seated with her cane. Her face is blurred. Now watch this woman. According to the Broward Sheriff's Office, she bumps into the victim several times due to the movement of the bus. The victim then asks for the attacker, say deputies, to give her some space. At that point, they exchange words. And then just watch this. Deputies say the attacker forcefully pushes her body into the victim several times. There's more. She then grabs a grocery bag and strikes the victim in the face with it. The victim, says the sheriff's office, tries to defend herself with the cane, and then the attacker starts throwing punches. You can see it here. We spoke with people at this bus stop in Lauderdale Lakes, and they were stunned by the video.
That wasn't supposed to happen, because this could be her mother. Could be her grandmother. So.
Could be her mother or grandmother, right? The sheriff's office says several bystanders on the bus came to the victim's defense and separated her from the attacker. The bus driver saw the incident, stopped the bus in the 4100 block of West Oakland Park Boulevard. That is where, the sheriff's office says, the attacker and a woman with her fled. But what's left behind is the video. And police want you to take a long look at this woman who the sheriff's office says left an elderly woman beaten and bruised on the bus. Okay, so if you're wondering about the elderly woman's condition, thankfully, although she was bruised, did not have to go to the hospital, but boy, the Broward Sheriff's Office wants to know who this attacker is. For now, I'm live in Lauderdale Lakes. Rosh Lowe, Local 10 News.
And Rosh, thanks a lot. Investigators want you to take a very close look at the surveillance images here. If you recognize this woman, call Broward County Crime Stoppers 954-493-TIPS.
Over 60 years ago, Mutual of Omaha's...
I got a little bit of a longer clip with no talking, just some reading on it, but let's see. Let's do that. We're gonna blow this up a little bit so you guys can see. But look, I think it is kind of a hate crime. What do y'all think? I mean, there's no reason for her to be hitting an old lady. Damn. Even if the old lady was rude to her, what the hell? Then I just... Okay. Wow. What a piece of shit. What the hell is that? That looks like a man dressed up as a woman. What the fuck? This pisses me off. Wow. She, little old lady flipped her off. Good for her. She's got balls. Yeah, and it is a white woman, guys. This should be called a hate crime. Oh, I'll tell you what, if it was the other way around, oh my God, you wouldn't hear the end of it. If it was a black little old lady and a fat-ass white woman, which, yeah, the fat-ass white woman needs to be thrown in prison. I agree. Any fat-ass that treats an elderly person like this needs to suffer some serious consequences. And look at this. Then she just goes and starts kicking her ass. Damn. He should have, that first guy that came up, he should have just grabbed her and just slammed the fat ass on the ground. That would have been epic. That would have been epic. So there she goes. She's just like, boom, slinging her fat ass, hitting the old lady, kept turning around, getting all up in her grill. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. I wanted to show you this because it's just another public transportation. And we're having all these incidents happen. We need to start holding people accountable. And I think that's part of it too, that I guess they see, I guess for a certain extent, that the laws are lax, that people are just getting away with anything, so they can just do whatever they want. Because I'm sure that woman right there is probably completely uneducated and just, she's just some ghetto ass, fat ass, probably on food stamps, EBT. Yeah, I said it. I said it. And it's not too far-fetched. She has no self-respect, and she doesn't respect anybody else around her, and she's not educated. I'm just saying. I am just saying. So y'all can slam me all you want for that. I don't care. But I am just saying that I don't know what they're going to do. Other than we can't have smack on the wrist. We can't have no cash bail. And these people need to be held accountable and thrown in jail. And I'd rather our tax dollars go to paying to incarcerate these pieces of shit than to just keep letting them out. That's all I am saying. This video went kind of long. This video went long. And there's her and her family. Bless her heart. Oh my God, y'all pray for them. I'm just angry. I'm angry. I'm angry that little old lady got beat up by a fat ass, and I'm angry that this beautiful young woman here got poured gasoline on by some psycho. Because thank you ACLU for allowing these people to have rights. I think they don't have rights to some extent. They have a right to exist, but not to walk among us. So we need to provide a place for them. Padded rooms. And give them medicine to make them docile. And they have to spend the rest of their life there. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Do you have any solutions? Impeach these judges. Remove them from the bench. And you can thank the liberals for getting them. Yeah, I said it. The liberals did it. And there you have it. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this story. I hope it makes you as angry as I do. Yes, I'm upset about this. And look, this has happened. These are just some stories we just know about. How about maybe all the incidents here and there that didn't get filmed, that people being attacked? But you see more and more of it. More and more of it. We're in a 24-hour news cycle. News travels fast. Broward County, if anybody can tell me where that is, I did not go research on what city that was. I wouldn't be surprised it's one of the blue cities. Wouldn't be surprised at all, but like and subscribe and have a great day.